Welcome to a new episode of Melt. I'm Ritvika Gupta. Last month, microblogging platform Koo released its first ever TVC campaign titled Koo Kiya Kya. Conceptualized by Ogilvy India, the campaign reflects users' desire to leverage social media for self-expression and to connect and engage with their communities in a language of their choice. Let's first have a look at the ads.
कल वैलेंटाइंस डे है, किसके साथ बाहर जा रही है? उम्मीद के साथ। कुकिया क्या?
दिल में जो भी हो कू पे कहो।
डूड, वेट कम करने का कोई तरीका बता ना।
अपनी गर्दन को दाएं से बाएं हिलाया कर और बाएं से दाएं। सिंपल।
कब?
जब भी कोई खाने को पूछे तब।
क्या टिप दी है बॉस? कू किया क्या?
दिल में जो भी हो कू पे कहो।
अरे स्वीट्स और अच्छे से रखो भैया। लो बेटा।
थैंक यू अंकल।
लड़की वाले या लड़के वाले?
अंकल खाने वाले।
गुड वन। कू किया क्या?
दिल में जो भी हो कू पे कहो।
लगता है इंडिया जीत गई।
कैसे पता? टीवी पे देखा क्या?
इंडिया की जीत का पता सिर्फ टीवी से नहीं, पीछे की गली में चलने वाले पटाखों से भी चलता है।
वाह, क्या लाइन मारी। किया क्या?
दिल में जो भी हो कू पे कहो।
गजब कर रहा है यार।
समित, मैच छूट रहा है।
देखूंगा तो हम मैच हार जाएंगे यार।
बेटा, जीतने का मजा तभी है जब हारने का रिस्क हो।
समझे?
सही बोल रहा है यार। कू किया क्या?
दिल में जो भी हो कू पे कहो।
उनके पास बॉलर्स अच्छे हैं
और अपने पास बैट्समैन।
पता नहीं कौन जीतेगा।
बैट और बॉल से तो हर कोई खेलता है बेब्स। जीतता वही है जो दिमाग से खेलता है।
बेब्स, क्या बात कही है?
कू किया क्या?
दिल में जो भी हो कू पे कहो।
To know more, Anant Rangaswamy is in conversation today with Mayank Biravatka, co-founder Koo, and Sukesh Nayak, Chief Creative Officer, Ogilvy India. Let's get ready to melt with Mayank and Sukesh.
Hello, Mayank. And hello, Sukesh.
Hey, Anant. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. So we'll start with Mayank. Mayank, I want to know what reason is there for Koo to exist?
Yeah, so if you look at some of the numbers, right, you'll see that 20% of the world speaks English. 80% of the world speaks some other language. Now, 1 billion people in India don't speak English, whereas most of the social products that we use have been either made by Americans or Chinese. And these are one language countries. So I don't expect those entrepreneurs to understand the nuances of multiple languages. Here, every few, if you step down, you'll have a guy talking to you in Kannada, there's another guy giving tea, talking in Tamil. So multilingual experiences are all around us in India, right? A lot of the people have been left out of core internet experiences like expression, like consuming content in Indian languages, things like that. A good part of the content boom happened when you had products like Twitter, YouTube, blogging that were unleashed on the world. That's when a lot of people started creating content, right? Till then, it was a very publisher-oriented push. True people power happened when tools like these and platforms like these were introduced and given to the people at large, right? So microblogging really democratized voice. YouTube democratized the ability to create videos. Blogging democratized voice, right? A lot of these tools were again available largely in English. What has happened with the geo revolution and the smartphone revolution over the last few years in India is that a lot of the audiences that are now coming onto the internet are actually non-English speaking folks, and they want to connect with other people in their mother tongue. They want to connect with content in their mother tongue. But the ability to express is still largely done by English first products. We wanted to create very immersive language experiences and enable people to express in their mother tongue, which is why Koo largely exists. And when we saw what's happening on global products, we saw that, an example, there are maybe 800 to 1,000 creations in Kannada for a 60 million populous state, which means that the creation is highly underpenetrated. So there's a massive opportunity waiting for Indians to be able to express in their mother tongue, and for folks like us who are entrepreneurs in a country which is multilingual to be able to create this product and take it to the world, not just India.
Well, let me rephrase this and understand it right. So I could be on Twitter, saying whatever I want to say in English. And if I want the comfort and want the variety of Tamil, I should go to Koo. So it's not this or that. Is that what you're telling me?
Absolutely. I think I'm on Twitter myself, and it's a product that we really like. It helps us connect with a lot of global audiences, with a lot of people that, I want to connect with in English and all of that. But let's say you wanted to communicate with Tamil in a deeper way. You will find very few people out there. Whereas on Koo, you can have a very immersive experience in Tamil. A lot of them may not have even heard or seen your content in Tamil before because you're used to communicating in English. How do we get your content in Tamil? That's invaluable. That's never been there on the internet. That's really what Koo is about. We've created experiences where you can talk in English and in Tamil on one screen itself. It's never been done in the world before. So we've created very immersive experiences on Koo in languages.
So before I get to Sukesh, let me push you a little further. So what does it take for an existing microblogging site to do what you're doing?
Well, there's a lot of under the hood technology. Apart from that, I think is just priority. It's perspective and priority. I think in a world of Google could do everything. But it's really more about, what is the DNA of your company? What is it that you're focusing on? And what your perspective is.
Sukesh, we've heard about the challenges and opportunities that are present currently. What is your campaign doing to address these challenges and opportunities?
When we first met on the product itself, I think the line that got us very hooked into was that 80% of India talks in a language and they are already on social media in different ways, but they're not being able to communicate what's exactly in their mind, how they want to say it. So currently they are not being able to do so. So it's not that, I think you rightly said, there is a beautiful penetration of all the other, we have different apps out there, different connecting platforms already doing reasonably well, and the people are using it. But I think what got us, at least the team, interested was when he said they're not being able to do so in the way that they wanted. And when we dug deeper, we realized how often we have seen ourselves, English-speaking people, it just takes us 5 seconds to have the same language people in a meeting, and you could be in a flight, you could be in an airport, you could be in a strange meeting room, and there goes your own group is created, and you have started bonding over someone that you don't even know. You just know that the person knows your language and he's from your part of the country, and there is suddenly there is that comfort level that comes in. And that comfort level actually allows us to express our intent or what we have in mind much better and express ourselves better. That is where we thought where the idea must come from. The other intent was that these moments happen either in our own lives or in our family's life. We have normally been saying these things and we are sharing it with our own friends and family members. You've been doing this, and I remember the best thing when I sent Piyush to campaign, he said, "Hurry, I've got 6 more to tell you right now." Now, that is what we wanted to create, that people who see this should say, I have 7 more to tell such stories like this. And now I know where to put them out because there are people waiting for that kind of consumption or that kind of stories. And I will create an ecosystem in Hindi for the time being. Let's say that's the focus, what we are working on right now. And being able to connect with people who write or think or believe in such kind of point of views or take on life. For us, the opportunity we thought was all ecosystems will exist, but this one will allow me actually to connect better, to express better. And we know it for certainly, having worked in this market for so many years, that whenever you speak to a person in a language he or she is most comfortable with, the expression is clearest. The connect is fantastic.
Right. So, what languages is this campaign going to run in?
It's largely in Hindi.
Now, when you say largely, can we have a specificity?
So we do have some dubbed versions in Kannada, in Tamil, in Telugu, and in Bengali because of the World Cup spots that we have. But the campaign was conceptualized in Hindi.
Mayank, Sukesh is aware that I've spent a lot of time worrying about authenticity, about our culture, and other platforms are virtually only English or Hindi platforms. Are you going to fall for the same trap and become only an English Hindi platform?
Well, the idea is, like I told you, why we exist is because we want to cater to multiple Indian languages. Hindi is still 50-55% of the country, but there are multiple other languages that up to the 95%. So we want to cater to a majority of India.
And I think I want to just add here that we feel it's very, if people feel that, if I have a take like this on life, and if I have a view like this in life, how many people are out there with the same amount of witty take on life, let's say on cricket, let's say on, sports, let's say on, life, let's say on exams, let's say on politics. There's so many things that, one has. And what really, when we were writing this, we thoroughly enjoyed because we wrote so many. And the best thing was each one of us could put 10, then somebody could put 20 more, and then we kept writing, and we finally chose to make these because we felt these were the ones that all of us kind of, again, even here, there were like 6 of us deciding, and we kept saying, we like this, we like that one better. So, and we realized that in a campaign of this kind, there'll be many who will, but the intent was that if I show you 5, you must say, oh, the other day my friend told me something so mind-blowing here. He must be on Coup expressing it. Because he said it in Hindi, and right now he's not putting it out there because maybe he doesn't feel there is a there is a ecosystem out there that kind of allows him to share it with the world out there. So that's the main thing that we are going after.
Mayank, how do you deal with a problem like mine, where I can understand Tamil, I can speak Tamil, but I can't write Tamil or read Tamil fluently? I'll be all alone on a platform like Coup. How do you help people who can read a language or perhaps understand a language fluently but cannot write the language?
Yeah, so we understand some of these nuances. So we've given multiple ways in which someone can express themselves. Let's say you are comfortable typing directly in Tamil, you can do that on Coup. If you're comfortable typing in English but writing Tamil words, that's possible. If you don't understand, you're unable to read it or write it, you can record a video. If you're camera shy, you can record an audio. So all these possibilities have been given. And if you're lazy, and if you just feel like talking into the microphone and letting technology type it out for you, you can use our talk to type feature as well.
I'm going to ask both you and Sukesh the same question. The success of platforms such as the one you're starting now is based on organic growth. I mean, marketing plays a very limited role. We've seen a lot of people trying to, say, challenge Facebook or challenge whatever, and they spent a lot of dollars on it, but it required organic growth and it required a fire from somewhere. So where is that fire going to come from for Coup?
I think there is an inherent need for a product like that. There needs to be certain awareness created among the right folks. I think the need exists among Hindi users to want to connect with other Hindi users and share their opinion and connect with celebrities that they look up to. And it's the same thing for all other languages. Like you said, you have an affinity towards Tamil. You want to connect with other Tamilians, whether they are VIPs or people like you or folks who want to know more about your life, right? So this exists everywhere. It's about getting the word out, and it's about making people understand what this category is about, what this product is about. If you look at the English-speaking world, they knew what blogging is. They were introduced blogging through WordPress and Blogger, and hence were able to understand what microblogging is. In our country, there's never been blogging as a category. So it's difficult for them to understand what microblogging is. And I'm talking about language speakers, right? Not English speakers like you and me. So that explanation is what our campaign is trying to do. That's the kind of awareness that we're trying to build with the kind of mass media that we're doing. India works fairly differently from what Facebook and Twitter have achieved. Having said that, it's taken them a long time to achieve this. Even Twitter grew after 2014 in India in a nice way, or 2013, post 2013, before the elections. That's when really rapid pace happened, even when, the current PM, Mr. Modi, had joined. So a lot of these platforms need certain large VIPs to join them for an uptick to start happening. Facebook obviously has a very different story. But if we talk about public social platforms, a lot of this depends on trust. Do people trust this platform? They trust this platform either because a friend joined or someone else asked them to join it, or they see very trusted faces on the platform. And that's a journey. We're just 18 months old and we have thousands of VIPs on the platform today. So from what I see, I think we've accelerated beyond what other platforms had accelerated in the same time period that they had.
Sukesh, what do you think this campaign will do to get the curve of acceptance sharply up?
So it's actually, we want to make this as a recruitment. Actually, our intent is to campaign as a recruitment campaign for creators. I leave behind with you one single point of view. You had a lovely moment, you had a point of view, you told your friends and you had a good laugh over it, or you had a good, saying, wow, that's a great take. What do you do with it? Did you put it down somewhere where more than just your friends, more than just your family, or more than just your colleagues could see it? So for us, this is a recruitment campaign, and that's what the stage is. And we believe that this "Ku Kiya Kya" is this phrase that we want to grow further, because that's exactly what we want people to believe. Because we genuinely believe that everyone has something to say. And like Mayank said, trust. I think they like the kind of people they are here. That's something obviously Mayank spoke about. That's a major recruitment drive that he's already in process. It's the ecosystem that they are building, which is exactly what an ecosystem should be built. But for a normal person out there, what we really want to tell them is that you have it in you. You always had it in you. You were just looking for a platform that could let you speak in your language and express in your language. So please come here and put that thought of yours on this platform and watch how many other people who think like you can connect with you, and you can form your own community. You can form your own circle of friends. You can talk about sports for all we care. You could talk about riding, biking. I mean, it could be your engineering exams.
So, Mayank, you made it sound like a warm, fuzzy place. Sukesh's campaign also makes it like a warm, fuzzy place. But the truth is, all social media platforms have exploded on division, not on like-mindedness. So when you say people I admire, they became echo chambers or thought bubbles almost. So this is a challenge. Now, let's say legacy platforms, it's too late and we are seeing them struggle to be unbiased and fair and so on and so forth. How will Ku address this? If hate grows, how do you address it? Because it's easier for you to do logically than for somebody who's 10 years old and 15 years old.
I think that a lot of the platforms are a reflection of us as a society and what we find affinity with. So you'll see people in Hindi that are, or in Kannada talking about culture. You'll see folks in English talking a lot about politics and today's news. There's a lot more culture discussions, our background, what we like to do, things like that happen in non-English languages. In English, you'll see there's a lot of discussion, debates, arguments. Sometimes things get heated, things like that. That's actually a reflection of what you see in the offline world. I don't see anything different here. And you will move towards things that you have affinity with. If you don't like hatred, you will not hang around there. If you like debates and you like the argument, you will hang around in places like that. We've tried to make changes in the product, more on moderation, culture-wise, as simple as, whenever you try to create a comment in Ku, there's a little line at the bottom of the create text which says, be respectful. It's a thing that a lot of people have noticed. and you'll see very little enmity or argument or irritation that's happening on Koo. It's actually a very happy environment there, right? So it's those are things that we've been a little conscious of and tried to do our best to not have a toxic environment like you see on some other social media platforms.
Fantastic. I hope you meet your objectives, especially I hope you're right in your belief that in Indian languages we will speak more about culture and values and systems and society.
No, I know. I just think that even if they argue, they're okay to argue. I just feel that decency has to be maintained, and I hope. I think it's upon us. So, yeah.
No, it's not. Sukesh, I disagree. It's not upon us. It's also dependent on an algorithm.
No, absolutely. No. Even the platform. I'm sure. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I totally with you. I'm saying that this is the current scenario, and I'm hopeful that not only this platform but all platforms eventually, it's a responsibility that we have, and we have to do it in a manner which is correct.
So I do hope sincerely that Koo becomes a place for healthy discussion and debates, and not a kind of ice cream parlor or coffee shop. And I hope you grow. Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Alan. Thank you so much.
And that was Mayank Bidavatka, co-founder Koo, and Sukesh Nayak, Chief Creative Officer, Ogilvy India, giving us an overview of Koo's business strategy and the idea behind its new TV campaign. Let's now take a look at the Mel cheat sheet. Non-English speakers are taking over the internet today. People want to join social media platforms that they trust. Language plays a significant role in connecting with consumers and expressing clear messages. And that's a wrap on this episode of Melt. You can follow us on social media. Our handle is Ready to Melt. And stay updated with all that's happening in the world of advertising and marketing with our daily Melt update on our website, readytomelt.com. I shall see you next week, same time, same place. Goodbye.